Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. If you're new here, I'm reviewing Ready to Love Miami episode 6 and I'm recording at nighttime, so y'all already know I apologize for the glare in my glasses. But this episode was good. I have a lot of notes. I think it's going to start to pick up as we get closer to figuring out who the actual couples will be. So definitely stay tuned. Stay tuned for the end. And if nothing else, help a sister out. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's Friday. Do something nice for me today. And definitely subscribe, like, share the video if you like this video and this type of content. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So Tommy showed up to the gentleman's lounge just a little late with his turquoise button up on. Miami is just far too hot for the turtlenecks and the suits that he normally likes to wear. So he's been dressing down real Miami like lately. And showing up late, him and Miss Jackie out in them streets having a ball in Miami. They was tired of the DMV area. Sorry, DMV. So he told the gentleman that the ladies told him that they're just making things more difficult than they have to be. You know, not contacting the women, just not really showing interest. And the ladies are quite tired of it. So at the end of the week, everyone will get together because, you know, Tommy don't like what he's hearing. So we go on our first date because Tommy told the gentleman to be romantic this week. And it seems like we're doing everything that we normally would do towards the end and somewhat earlier in the season, which is good. I want to see what they're going to do at the end of the season now, because some of the things he's telling them to do, we usually don't do until, you know, like the last few episodes. So Charisse and LJ go on a dancing date, a little salsa dancing. And LJ says Charisse has 2 left feet. She's a little stiff, but, you know, no shade, sis, because I can't dance either. So, you know, you ain't gonna hear me talking about you this way. LJ took control, and then the rhythm started flowing when you let the man lead the way. You know, the dancing got a little better. You know, it started flowing. Once the dancing stopped, so did the chemistry, because I don't see it. She wasn't really interested. She wasn't showing interest. We already know she was on thin ice before, so the last thing she need to be doing is not showing interest in nobody. Like, she just did not seem like she wanted to plan a second date, which is what he was seemingly trying to do. She didn't have no interest, no connection here, as far as I'm concerned. But he was nice. He got her flowers. LJ seems like a true gentleman. Randall is up next, and he takes Jamala out. And he brings flowers as well. So, you know, so far, so good with the romance. They're doing a candle making class, and that's something I would love to do. You know, I don't have a man, so I'm going to go with my aunts and my cousins and grandmother, and we just going to have a ladies' night, because I love candles so much. I literally light a candle each and every day, so I would love something like this. Randall says that Jamala is similar to his mom, you know, personality-wise. They have a lot of similarities, and the mom would love to, you know, get to know her, and, you know, he misses Baltimore and DC and that DMV area. Jamala says, you know, we can always go. So, you know, trying to throw in little future plans there and secure her spot, I see. So they name something olive juice. And, you know, if you say it slow, sounds like I love you. I forgot what movie I heard that on, but I heard that years ago on something. Was it Superbad? Let me know if y'all remember where that initially came from down in the comments. But they did that. I guess that was a little, you know, insider between them. And so she asked him if he's falling in love or can see himself falling in love. And he was like, you know, olive juice or something. He didn't really answer the question. And yes or no, Randall? Like, yes or no? She liked the answer and the non-clarity he gave, and gave him a nice, passionate little kiss. So we move on over to a group date, and I can't stand these, but it's still a little early, so we still have to have them. The group dates haven't really been making sense because, you know, a lot of the people didn't have connections on the group dates this episode, so why? Just to have them, I guess, just to film. So we have Swayze, Looney, Shakira, and Justice. And they go on a trampoline workout type of date. I mean, and that guy was working them out. He didn't care about them trying to look cute, makeup, nothing. Y'all in that hot, humid, because it's humid in Miami. I think it was the summertime. jumping around like that. Justice said, oh no, I can't, my back. The last active date they had when they were swinging around doing gymnastics, he didn't want to do it. Justice don't want to do nothing though. Like, I would let it go because, I'm a little out of shape myself, but he don't want to do anything, like anything at all. Like, why is he here? We should have had a double elimination last week. He didn't bring anything this week, so it wasn't like he's adding value. He's not. Anywho, we see that Looney and Justice are on the side and they are connecting. I know that was one of her connections. And Looney, why? My good sis. I really like Looney, and girl, no. We can do, I don't think any of the ladies deserve Justice. Like, this is ridiculous. No, I don't see him with nobody. Especially Looney. She seems really nice and sweet. She don't got to deal with that cheapness. So Swayze and Shakira are talking on the side. Never seen them chit-chatting before. I didn't even think until later on at the end, like, oh yeah, that's Kadian's connection. But, she vents to him about the white party and, what happened. And he's just, after she confided in him, he's thinking she needs to heal. She might not be ready. And it didn't seem like, there was no ill intention. Didn't seem like Kadian had anything to do with his thought process. It's just the truth. If you watch my reviews, I've been saying this from like episode 2. She needs to get up off of there. She should not be on here. She needs to heal. So I'm thinking at this point, she may be the one going home. Samson said he's already been romantic on all his dates, so he don't need a little push to be romantic because he's been doing that. I don't know, because I didn't forget about what you said, Samson, about black women struggling and whatnot. Like, yeah, you might be doing a little cutesy little, going to the dollar store, picking up a book here or a little painting there. But are you going to have my good sisters struggling later on because you just want somebody who understands struggle and strife? We ain't forget. I don't know what that was about, but I ain't like that. So he takes Brandy out. Didn't see that coming, but I'm glad we are switching it up a little bit. Finally, especially Brandy. We ain't seen her talk to nobody else. He got her a nice little thoughtful gift. She's a flight attendant. I think it was like a planner or something like that. So that was nice. He said, Brandy, you're 35. You've never been engaged. She said, no, never been engaged. Never even been in a real relationship. And I thought, wow, at 35. But, girl, these real relationships ain't all it's cracked up to be. Don't be fooled by social media and movies and whatnot. People be going through hell and back. If y'all watch Black Love, you know what I'm saying. It's struggle love. Whew. But, she said that guys were interested in her body, but not what's inside. They didn't want to know what was going on in here. And I get that. Getting engaged, sometimes the ring don't be meaning a thing. People be getting engaged, don't be walking down nobody aisle. They walk down the aisle, still don't mean nothing. So, God saved you for the right one. Didn't waste your time, no baby daddies, you good to go, girl. So, and that's no shade to nobody, because I got kids. I've been engaged 3 times. I've been married. Listen, I done been through it all, honey. And I'm still single. So I'm telling you, Brandy, you dodged bullets, okay? With those situationships. They weren't meant to be. So she asked, when was his last relationship? He didn't, again, give any clarity. Didn't clarify it at all. He said, was my last relationship or the last time I've been in love? I didn't get a date for either one. Tell me something. But, he spoke highly of his ex, who was Colombian. Don't know why we needed to mention that, but okay. And, he said it didn't last, but it prepared him for his wife. So that's good that marriage is on his mind. You would think it should be. He's in his 40s, but we know age don't always come with maturity or wisdom or nothing. So Mike and Kayla are on a date. So we're splitting Mike and Brandy up. Mike and Kayla are going on a date, and I'm like, they are really doing this. Like, I just can't get past Mike saying she's too young, and he's basically just accepting her age, but he don't like it. Like, that's going to be a problem, because I don't think he's going to ever take her seriously because of her age. And we know she don't got no kids, nothing. He ain't trying to do that. She said she's going to tell him that she doesn't think he's putting in enough effort with her. She tells us in a confessional that he doesn't give her the same energy he gives Brandy. Obviously, we know this already. Anybody can see that. They're very flirtatious, and they're playing pool, and whoever wins gets a kiss. It's only two. Either way, y'all gonna have to kiss each other. That was kind of an odd bet. But okay. So Kayla wins. But Mike does not want to kiss her. Like, he kissed her cheek, hand, whatever. He said he don't feel comfortable kissing her on the lips because she kissed two other guys. And he don't want his lips, other guys' lips. And I'm like, what is going on here? You know she's going to be dating other people. Why are you concerned about what she's doing with whoever? Especially when you got a dang on girlfriend yourself. It was just giving jealous. And he didn't like that she's only 30 and he's, 43 or 42. But he's giving a little bit immature, worrying about the wrong thing. I mean, that first kiss she gave Zoe, can we just call it a wash? Like, I don't even know why she did that. She shouldn't have did it. But the other one, that was her connection. Worry about y'all connection. So it seemed like he's just too busy worrying about other people when he got his own thing going on himself. But, he apparently according to Kayla, told her over the phone that he's all in. But she's saying he's not showing it. He's not backing it up with actions. If he ain't showing you with actions, then what his words don't mean nothing. If he ain't showing you, then who cares what he's talking about? He can tell you anything. So they're getting in the car and she's like, yeah, like, I'll come over when they leave, kind of whispering to him. I'm assuming that she's talking about when his children leave, like maybe his children are over there, and when they leave, she's going to come over. Is this not her first time coming over? What's that about? And I wonder how Brandy will feel when she sees this. So we have another group date with Samson, Kadian, Swayze, Mike, Charisse, and Trinika. Odd pairing, Kadian and Swayze walking together. I think that's the only connection there. I had forgotten about Charisse and Samson for a sec. But yeah, that's it. I feel like Mike and even Trinika is kind of just out there. So, seeing Mike, because he's struggling with the skates, and they were like, I haven't done it in a while. I had to go out and do it with my son when he was doing it for like a birthday party and school events. And after not doing it for so long and doing it again, your knees will remind you that it's been a while, okay? But he was like holding on to Charisse's hand and holding on to Kadian's like waist because he didn't want to fall. And it's kind of funny since he got into it with them a little earlier in the season that they're all cool now. So that's good to know. Samson said he was distracted by Charisse's booty and it caused him to fall. And she is in shape. Her shape is nice. But it's not enough to not keep her in the bottom every other week. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get to that. So they eat and, they realize they have a lot in common and they have good chemistry. So I think that's her only true connection there. But I think that's okay because some people, I'm trying to think of all the ladies, some people don't have a real connection at all, like Shakira. So Swayze and Kadian are talking on the side. I love that Kadian had a natural face and she still looked good. A lot of these ladies, they want to make sure their face is beat every time the cameras come around. I don't know what I would do because sometimes I feel like wearing makeup and putting it on. A lot of times I don't. It's just a lot to do. But, I'm glad that she was confident enough to come out in her natural state. So they're talking on the side. She wants him to open up more and let his guard down. That's what she said in the confessional. He actually tells her because she said, what's one of your downfalls in your last relationship? And that was one of them, that he didn't show enough emotions. And, he's a firefighter and a lot of things that happen with work. He tries not to bring it home, but it affects him. And she asked about his daughter and he said he's not bringing anybody around unless it's serious. The daughter has only met one girlfriend. That's it. So I'm glad. I do not like when people bring a lot of just random people around their children. You should be very selective with who you have around your children, in my opinion. So, he's saying he's willing to open up to Katie, and that's what he's willing to do, and that's good. Hopefully she doesn't, cause him to change his mind. It's completely up to him what he does, but I'm hoping she doesn't try to rush him before he's ready to fully open up. So everyone meets. It's the end of the week, like Tommy said. I see my girl Looney has on one of my favorite dresses that I have from Fashion Nova. So I don't know if I would be wearing it in Miami because it's like a pleather type of material and it's hot out there, but I love that dress. Anywho, Tommy said, he's unsure if everyone is there for the right reasons and it needs to be addressed. And they not. Y'all know y'all got people in there that's not there for the right reasons. You do every season. Especially Justice. If we're just getting rid of people because they're not there for the right reasons, why is he sitting there? But a lady has to get eliminated this week, so I guess. So Jamala calls out Ra and tells him, he needs to let all his connections know what's going on. She feels like he's intentional with her, but he over there with her, and her. Well, he is, but he only went on a date with Jamala this week. So it's still early. I don't think Randall's doing anything wrong. It's not like she doesn't know about the other connections and he's keeping it some kind of secret. I think he's doing what he's supposed to do. If he only had his eyes set on her, then he might get sent home. So at this point, we know how the game is played and he's playing the game. Jamala also addresses Shakira and says she's unsure if they're good because she was at the table when that whole thing, went off between her and Kadian. But we know who her issue really is with. And Shakira's like, she's just trying to protect her energy and her peace. She doesn't know who to trust. And this is where it gets good. She says, the men have been really gentle with her and her trauma, but someone shared her info before she could. And Kadian said, who are you talking about? Me? And Shakira was like, is it you? And Kadian was like, oh, is it you? In her confessional, like, oh, girl, just say it. No, Kadian, it was you. Because last week when Tommy said it, you knew it was you and you had all this mouth. So it's you and stop it. Just apologize. I mean, if you didn't really say anything and you're not genuinely sorry, fine. But you don't have to be rude. And that's it's giving me mean girl and I don't like mean girls. So Kadian tries to clear the air. She mentions that she was talking about the Charisse situation, and even Charisse was like, leave it alone. Let it go. She doesn't want to hear. She's not in the right, frame of mind to hear it. Like, stop it. Just drop it. Everybody's like, just let it go. And she's yelling, no. Shakira, runs off and sheds a tear. Kadian still said, she said she was talking about the Charisse situation between her and Mike, and she said, I said, out of respect for Shakira's situation, I'm not going to say this. That's what exactly. So she is in line with what we heard on that episode. I was wondering if there was something that production had cut out, if there was something that got edited out, and maybe she said more. But it sounded like what we heard was what was said, and she didn't actually say anything in detail. So if she didn't actually say anything, and just the mere fact that she said your situation triggers her this way, she has to heal. End of story. Tommy asked her to be respectful because she's getting very disrespectful. She's calling a woman out of her name, plain old uncalled for. If she feels away, she feels away, but you don't have to speak to her this way. So everyone's discussing their grievances, and Kayla calls out Mike. Mike gets up from Brandy, who he's sitting next to, and he asks Kayla to stand up, and he's getting I'm like, they're chest to chest in an awkward position that would have made me uncomfortable because why? Everybody else said what they had to say from their seat. I don't want to get up. And it seems like every time he tells the women to drop what they're doing to speak to him the way he wants to be spoken to, they just do it. Just like when he told Charisse to put her plate down to speak to him. No, okay? I want to say what I want to say from my seat. You sit down and listen. Like, what? It was just weird. Like, why are we okay, we don't have to stand this close for me to say what I got to say. You can hear. So Kayla said, so many things happened the other night, and she wants to feel, reciprocation. She wants her feelings to be reciprocated. And, everybody's like, what happened the other night? And I'm like, what happened when the cameras left? When you went over there after they left, whoever they are, allegedly. So Brandy, of course, is feeling away, as she should, because everybody's like, what's going on between them? Clearly, there's something going on between them that Brandy is unaware of and not privy to. So Tommy said, what happened the other night? And Mike yells out, I think she's done. So Kayla was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, she went back to her seat. They hurried up and scattered and sat down. Whatever it was, they don't want nobody to know. But do I think it might come out? At least by the reunion, some of it might come out. I hope. Miami, bring the spice. Come on. We deserve it. We need it. So the fellas deliberate. It's time for a lady to go home right now, right then and there. LJ and Justice have this, they have the same connections, but LJ ain't cheap. LJ will pay for dates. LJ will bring flowers. LJ will bring romance. Justice will not. Easy decision to me. Plus, Justice is lazy. Like, oof. Swayze mentions Shakira needing to heal. And I'm glad he brought it up with the other men. They were feeling the same. I agree. I don't think she really has a connection there. Besides, her and Samson had something in the beginning. But I think all her trauma talk is kind of like pushing the men away. And yeah, I want the right man for me to love me and everything that comes with me and understands what I've been through and not use it against me and judge me. But I also need to heal from it so I don't bring it to the next relationship, if that makes sense. So the men picked Charisse and Shakira. I thought it was going to be Shakira and Kadian, honestly, because of course I think Shakira needs to go for healing purposes, but I think Kadian and the way she's been, speaking to the women, I got to keep my eye on you, girl. I see LJ go up. I thought it was Swayze for a sec. They look like brothers. I keep getting them confused. So Shakira is eliminated, and that was the right decision, rightfully so. And she says she has more healing to do herself. She admitted it, and she said she needed to go. She felt a feeling of relief, and she said she needed to go, and the men decided for her. And that's what God will do. I ain't trying to be extra religious tonight, but I'm just saying, sometimes he will remove the situation for you because you won't move yourself. That relationship, he had to end it because you wasn't going to end it. That job, they had to let you go because you wasn't about to walk away. So that's the takeaway. And I'm sure whoever is going to be with her is going to love her and her son. But, again, I'm watching you, Kadian. Next week, though, they meet the friends. And that's what I'm saying. Like, normally they don't meet the friends till later on. But they meeting the friends already. They about to meet the families in a minute. I'm going to blink. The season going to be over. Like, can I apply for the next season? I want to be down. Since y'all just letting people on the show. But something that stuck out to me, and I'm not trying to jump ahead. I just want to know y'all thoughts. Swayze said that he never dated black women. Frank, from, was it last season or the season before? I think it was 2 seasons back. The first time they was in DC. Frank he wasn't dating black women either. And even the ex he brought on the show was a Caucasian woman. Nothing wrong with that, but this show is for black love. Do y'all not think that that's a red flag? To me, it's a red flag because it's giving you're just trying to be on TV. What's that about? So let me know what y'all thoughts are. If y'all are ready for next week, how you think the season is going. Do you think Shakira was the right one to go home? Let me know down in the comments. Let's talk about all of it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.